A few months ago, I recorded a video where I said this would be the last backpack I would ever buy, and the last backpack that you should ever buy. I was wrong. This is my new favorite backpack. But I want to talk about the old guy as well and get into why this guy beats that guy out for me every day. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, my name is Patrick. I'm a husband, I'm a dad, I'm a worship pastor at a church. I own my own tech company. I'm really busy, I got a lot going on, but I love talking about gear and I love sharing my life with you. And that's what we're gonna do in this video today. Today we're going to talk about my new favorite backpack. I've had quite a few favorites, and this is just the most recent iteration of my favorite backpack. Bear with me. This is actually the third backpack video I've done. If you count my guitar case, this is the fourth backpack video I've done on this channel. You're welcome, internet. But this is my new backpack. But before we get to this guy, I want to go to my old backpack, which I am returning. Now, both of these backpacks come from the same company. They come from Lowepro. Now, in my opinion, Lowepro makes some really good gear. And when I first bought this, it's because it is a gear backpack, and I wanted to take everything with me all the time. I want to basically walk around with a audio and a photo and video studio in my backpack. Now, this is the guy for that. But I also want to have just some extra compartments for pins, a sweater, a random Amazon package that I just picked up or I have to take to UPS to return. I still need a little bit of that prosumer or even consumer daily carry in my backpack, and this guy just didn't do it. Now, when it comes to gear, again, this guy takes the cake. There's only one little pocket in the top of this backpack where I can just dump stuff. The main problem I have with the Lowepro ProTactic BP450AW2, Lowepro, we need to talk about these names. It's getting ridiculous. The main problem I have with this backpack is beyond this one little pouch and these very thin sides, the only way to open this guy is to fully open it like this. Now inside, tons of compartments for all the gear you could ever need. I mean, look at that. I could put my camera here, hard drives here, my drone stuff over here, microphones, batteries. I can fit everything in here. It also has these little side pouches to easily access your gear whenever you need to while you're on the go. But the only way to open it is by fully extending the entire bag like this. So every time I needed even the smallest thing, I had to fully open it. I didn't like that. Secondly, the laptop flap. Now this laptop has a couple little zipper pouches, but once you put one or two cables in here, when you close that up on top of your gear, it's difficult to close. Secondly, yes, it fits a 15-inch laptop in there, but you can't fit anything else. You can't fit a Kindle, you can't fit an iPad. It's laptop and that's it. So I was putting my laptop in here, laying my iPad flat right here on top of all my gear, closing it, trying to zip it up. And when I would set it down, first of all, it doesn't sit down. It immediately falls over when it's all zipped up. Bad design there, in my opinion. But I would have to open it up and everything would just come tumbling out. So it just wasn't right for me. Now, if I was gonna go on a film shoot where I knew I just needed cameras, mics, and maybe my computer, oh my gosh, I would take this with me. But the reason I'm returning this is I still needed some of that prosumer/consumer backpack in my backpack. This is all professional. They've tried to add a couple pockets for, you know, that extra little piece of gear or that cable, but I needed a little bit more than that. Now, this is a great build quality. It's super tough. It also has these straps all around the backpack that you can attach extra gear to. And when I considered buying another backpack, I thought, I'm gonna miss these straps. But I realized I only ever used one of these little straps. And it was for a little pouch that I just kept some stuff I need to access quickly in all the time. So what did I do? I moved that pouch to my new backpack. So out with the old, in with the new. Now I stayed with the same company. This is the, like, what is with the names? Lowepro Fastpack Pro BP 250 AW3. Can we just, whatever. Anyway, now this backpack packs a ton of professional, prosumer, and consumer features inside of it that make it super functional. They make it a great everyday carry, but then they still have those compartments for gear that you're gonna need on a film shoot or when you're recording some audio or whatever the case. So right away, the straps are a bit more comfortable, and also it doesn't open up from this end. Everything opens up over here, like every other backpack in the world, right? You'll notice on the side, great cup holder. I've got a tripod here that I can attach to the backpack. You don't have that on this side. You have an easy access channel, easy access area for the main gear portion. Right on the top, you're going to notice I have one zipper, pouch right there. Two zippers, pouch right there. And I believe inside of this pouch, yeah, you've also got a couple of pouches within, real nice, like, you know, what is like soft material that makes sure your gear when it's in there isn't gonna get all scratched up and stuff like that. The exterior of the backpack isn't as tough, but it still feels durable. You can see I've got a couple scratches here and things like that. You can see that I've got a couple scratches and things like that, but it's still a super durable backpack. And you'll notice it doesn't have a ton of those little latches on the outside of the backpack, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4-ish. And that's enough for me. I only have one little pouch that I attach here, and that will carry like some everyday stuff. Like I've got a cable in here, a battery, and my Leatherman. Stuff that a lot of times I'll put my keys in my wallet there. A lot of times I'll also attach my keys to one of these hooks, and that way I can access those things really, really easily. There's also a laptop compartment here that, by the way, doesn't just fit my computer, it also fits my iPad with a keyboard case on it. So right away, I'm super happy with the features that any backpack nowadays should have. You know, those extra little compartments, the way you can fit not just a computer, but also like your iPad or a Kindle or something like that. I love that. And while the other backpack I had all the storage in the world for all the gear I could ever need, it just didn't have those extra little compartments just for my everyday stuff. Speaking of which, this huge top compartment, I love it. This is where I can just dump anything. And you'll notice the bag doesn't fall over. I've got everything in there. Look, Mom, no hands. Look, Mom, or Dad, or friend, whoever. No hands. It's just standing straight up. And in this big compartment, like a lot of times I'll walk out and I'll need to put like an umbrella in my backpack. I think I said earlier, like a package that I need to return, a new piece of gear, my big old Beats headphones. All of that can fit in here. So right here I have this nice little cable pouch. I highly suggest you get one of these. It just stores, I have an extra lav here, USB-A to USB-C, various headphone connections, all my iPad and iPhone dongles, nice little case for my cables, Here, let me just set that right over there. I've got my in-ears. I use 64 audio in-ears. These are 1964. That's when they used to be called 1964 ears. I've got an HDMI cable. I have a headphone amp. I have a couple of dongles here, a couple of cable. I've got just tons of space in this little pack here. And you know what I love? In the first backpack review I ever did, and then in this past backpack review, none of those backpacks had slots for pins. I've never put a pin in there, but the fact that they're there is great. I always want to carry around a Sharpie, a pen, a pencil, something to write with, or even my Apple Pencil, right in there, done, no worries. Also inside of here, not only do I have this big pouch, but I also have a large zipper portion and another pouch where I can just separate out some cables and things like that. But let's get to the more pro area, the gear section. I love what Lowepro has done here with this backpack. You used to open up the tactical backpack that I had that's huge and has every compartment you could ever imagine. Boom, it's got all the, I never filled up every single one of these cubes. Now, you might fill up every single one of those cubes. I didn't. And I was really worried when I bought this because you'll notice when I begin to unzip this portion here. This is the area where all of my cubes are for gear. Now let me explain what I've gotten here. Normally I have my camera in this portion here. But I'm using my camera. Normally I have a couple of different microphones, my GoPro, but those things are being used right now, okay? So I've got my Rode Wireless Go 2 case. I've got my remote for my drone. I have my, what do they call it? It's so embarrassing that I actually don't know. It's the Mavic Mini 2. It's the second version of the Mavic Mini. I've got my Mavic Mini in there. I've got a wireless mouse. I've got an iPhone tripod adapter. I have this USB mic that I take with me everywhere. So long story short, I have a film and audio studio in this little gear portion. And there have been times where I'm like, I don't know if I have enough compartments to fit everything. And I realize I don't need to take the thing that I'm actually wanting to put in here. It's okay. Or I can fit it in one of these other compartments. So this backpack has been perfect for me. It's the perfect blend of take all the gear in the world.
Take all the gear in the world.
But you still just need some pockets that are kind of like junk drawers. But I keep them very organized. You'll also notice right up here, there's this little section for, they say for memory cards, but you know what I have in here? Afraid to take it out because I don't want to lose it. Oh, what did I say? AirTags! Let me put that back in. Yes, yes. So right here, I've got a super durable prosumer backpack that holds all the gear I need. And I'm sold. Until my next backpack video, this is the backpack for me. And one thing I really like about this, I never use this feature, but I think it's really cool. So you take your zippers here and you move them down to the bottom left, bottom right, depending on how you're looking at the backpack. And then you take this little clip and you clip it. That way, if this backpack is sitting somewhere and someone tries to sneakily take some of your gear out and they start to unzip, stops right there, you're gonna hear them messing with this clip and your stuff doesn't get taken. Now I'm wondering if there's anything I'm forgetting. Yeah, you know, this bag does have the little strap that attaches to a suitcase, which I know is pretty important. Oh, I love the zippers on these Lowepro backpacks. The zippers they have these plastic ends, and I think that's like a nylon. They're not just your standard metal zippers that are gonna get ripped and things like that. One thing I always get concerned with is how these straps are attached here to the back or the front, depending on how you look at your backpack. And I've just jerked this from the table and pulled it up and taken it with me a dozen times. I've never heard even the slightest rip, click, pull, ping, ding, I don't know what the noise is. I've never heard the slightest thing or felt the slightest things that's made me go, oh no, I need to be careful with this backpack. Because there's plenty of times I've picked up a backpack and been like, just ripped the smallest part of it, and it drives me crazy. Because That's the main thing a backpack's supposed to do, carry your gear without breaking, right? Let me see, is there anything else I want to talk about here? Oh yeah, let me mention this. This does, just like the tactical backpack, it does have these sides that pull out to clip around your waist or your belly if you're on like a long trek of some kind. I never use those, so I always have them tucked right in here, but I can pull them out at any time. You may want to use that. You'll also notice that on the straps themselves, they have some hooks here, some little attachments there that you can use. Yes, you can clip this across your chest. Again, I never do that. It makes me feel like I'm wearing like some sort of a thing. I don't know, it just creeps me out. Real strong handle at the top that you can pull. I actually hang this up every night when I remember to, because my wife does not like this backpack on the ground. Neither do I. But when I remember to hang it up, that strap works really, really well. There is this little clip on the inside, I don't know, for like keys or something like that. I tend to not use the clips. And yeah, that's about all I want to show. But long story short, I used to have this super huge tactical backpack that I could carry everything that I could carry. I used to have this super huge tactical backpack that carried everything with me all the time. But I started to realize that A, I didn't need all of those things, and the majority of those things aren't made to fit into a little cube. They're made to be more accessible through pouches and zippers and things like a normal prosumer or consumer backpack. So in the Lowepro Fastpack Pro BP 250 AW3, I have those consumer features, just pockets and big zipper pouches that I can just throw things in and pull things out of. I have those prosumer features like cup holder slash tripod holder that can, attach down to my backpack and be really safe. Like these little hooks here where I can attach accessories to the backpack. And then professional features like the cube section down here, the gear section that I can unzip and have some gear stored really safely in a nice backpack that I can take with me anywhere. So what backpack are you using? Do you have any questions about this backpack? Are there things you like or dislike about this backpack? Are you wishing I would have stayed with the other guy for any reason? Are you glad I got rid of the other guy for any reason? Let me know in the comments. And then do all the other things you're supposed to do to a YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe, etc. I hope you found this review helpful. I'm really excited about this backpack. Been using it for maybe a couple months now, and I am sold. Have a good day. I'm out. Let me know if you guys need anything. Thanks for watching.